Second Gen Ghidorah is still an Earthbuster, presuming he works like real King Ghidorah, which should be the case because they're both Ghidorahs. That could mean anything from he could just blow up the planet to he'd atomize the planet. That means
Yeah.
he should scale this calc I did for Ghidorah blowing up the planet. Mechagodzilla is greater than second gen Ghidorah. I have a scan for that. He takes his beam back times 10. That's stated in the link. After that, Godzilla fights Titanosaurus and Mechagodzilla, who's even stronger. At the same time, which means he scales to about twice, roughly.
Okay.
Ghidorah can handle 2 monsters at a time and destroy monsters, but seems overwhelmed by about 3. So that should scale in between 2.4 and 2.7 Yotatons, which means at the high end he's tier cap. Any contention? Any questions?
Nope.
All right, your IP.
All right, so I'm just gonna go ahead and like host this. So like doing like Mega Man World 5. So Dr. Wily has the Wily Star, which is just like a gigantic like it's a gigantic like mobile ship that's like the size of about the size of Jupiter in terms of like mass and size. And one of its attacks is an ion cannon called like the Wily missile. And with the Wily missile, basically what the person in this calc did, as you'll see it, is he got the kinetic energy of how fast it would be moving and the mass that it is. It's just a kinetic energy calc. And he managed to get 1.032 Yoda times, which is like planetary. So let me post that.
Right.
Actually, I'm gonna just link you the whole entire doc. It'll be easier to do that.
Why didn't Star Wars sue Dr. Wily?
Look, I mean, they would have got bodied by Wiley. Like his lawyers are on deck. So if you go to down to AP of Skullblazer, that's the calc that Dr. Wily would be doing. So Dr. Wily used this on Mega Man, and that's the calc explains with the missile set like he shoots out. Mega Man is able to like destroy them. He's able to just scale to him as in like tanking them with his AP. Like he's not destroyed when one of them hits him. So Mega Man would scale to that. And then we have like the robots that because Mega Man World 5 takes place before Mega Man 6. So all of the robots from Mega Man 6 and beyond will at least scale to like their value right there.
Alright, I'll just wait for you to post it.
Oh, don't worry, it's in Mega Man. It's in the base 3. It's that dock right there.
Oh, let me go get it then.
Alright, yeah, it's in the AP of Skullblazer.
We're gonna be doing things in the debate too, though, because Ish can't see number 3.
Oh, okay. Alright, let me post it in 2.
1.03 Yoda tons, planet levels. You know, if I wanted to be an ass, I could probably attack this and be a dick, but I don't need to.
Yeah,
Let's just accept this.
but you probably would have like any problems being able to debunk it. Like I would struggle. So okay, so that's like that would just like conclude my AP. I was gonna like scale it higher, but I'm not gonna push my luck. So I'm gonna just like leave it at like what I have right now.
Did we agree to equal speed?
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and like
Wincon?
also post I'm gonna real quick post all of the robots that would scale to this. So let me go ahead and like get that and then we can like go ahead and like get the other stuff out of the way. Ignore that one that says like 2.064 because I was gonna upscale even higher, but I'm not gonna use that, so I'm just gonna like leave it at like 1.032.
All right, that's fine. All right, you got to win con, so
All right, let me get my first one, Con. Hello.
go ahead.
Oh, I say you want me to get my first one?
Go ahead.
Okay. So my first one going to be like Dr. Wily will like he's gonna like send in like his six like since the Tier Cactus not Tier Cap the summoning Cactus like six. He's gonna like send in like the six robots from Mega Man 11, his strongest robots, or not his strongest, but his most current robots. Dr. Wily like favors his more current stuff compared to his older stuff. So that would be like Block Man, Fuse Man, Acid Man, Tundra Man, Torch Man, and Impact Man. For Mega Man 11. So he's going to be using like all six of them, except for Bounce Man. He's going to have to sit this one out for now because that will be seven and not six.
Okay, dog, you got actually perfect 6.
Yeah. Um. So I can like go ahead and like send. They don't have like crazy hacks. Most of their hacks sound exactly what it sounds like. Blockman, he can literally shoot like blocks of concrete. Fuse Man shoots electricity. Acid Man shoots out acid. Tundra Man, he's probably like the best one here. He's able to like freeze you. Let me actually get the scan for Tundra Man since his is actually like notable or impressive. Tundra Man is able to like freeze things at like absolute zero or create a blizzard of absolute zero. Um, I don't know why the scan didn't download. Let me check. I have this right here, so oh, that's why I didn't download. I have no storage. So let me clear up my storage and I can get like the Japanese RAWs for it. But it's basically describing how Tundra Man is able to like create a blizzard attack that's absolute zero. So he could use that to like freeze Ghidorah if they're fighting. So let me just clear my storage. And I'll also like send a YouTube video of like the Robot Masters doing their attacks and everything, so you can see how they actually work. Most of them is like pretty simple. They're just throwing acid at you, throwing blocks at you, etc.
Now, start the music. You want to dance? Feel freeze. Elegance! Elegance!
On. Dude. A full of strange.
Go
Bro.
big.
Okay.
Over, under, everywhere! Dodge if you can.
In to deal with Absolute Zero, I'm going to use the Ghidorah's subatomic hacks from the start, which he resists because he does shoot himself, and he's fine.
Okay.
So, let me get those scans.
All right. So you're arguing Ghidorah's attack subatomic. He's able to take subatomic attacks from himself, so he should be able to resist.
Pretty much.
Okay. So, like, you don't have to like find a scan. Like, I'll go ahead and like agree that like they are subatomic and like you don't have to like go through all of that. Finally, I have enough storage. Okay, so I would say that like subatomic is like a little bit weird because like if I'm understanding how absolute zero works, it's like more so just completely stopping all of the motion in your atoms, not really like damaging them like that. So it is like a little bit weird.
If I could explain a little, right? I'll clarify.
Okay.
So, Absolute Zero, pretty much, is like. So, what you have to do is like remove the energy from like atoms to the point that like they just stop moving, right? And doing this does destroy them. So that's why, for example,
Okay.
with like Kiryu's calc, we use subatomic because they are destroyed on that scale. I'd say since Ghidorahs do something just as potent or more, and tanks it, should be capable of like resisting something affecting him on that level of degree.
Okay. All right, that's fine. You can resist the absolute zero's effects, but I would say that like, so your AP is like what? What was your AP again?
He is like tier cap.
All right, I think we're both like around tier cap. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think we're both like around like the 1 yodotons range.
I'm at 2.7.
Oh, you're at 2.
Well, my high end is 2.7.
Okay, okay. You're using the high end, right?
Yeah.
All right, and mine's just like
was gonna-
1.3. Okay.
My argument was
1.0.
gonna be there's this like what if fight where Godzilla fights the Gotengo. And the Gotengo literally shoots him with absolute zero and he survives.
No,
So,
okay,
I was
okay.
gonna upscale like, well, since Godzilla can survive it, Ghidorah should be able to survive it.
Mm-hmm.
They don't
Okay, I
just
got you.
get the Atrigon and freeze King Ghidorah, kill him.
Yeah. Okay, I got you. So like if you're like in like 2.0 or 2.3, my bad, and I'm like 1.0, that would give like what? You're 1 yodotons higher than I am. I think that's how it is.
Yeah, I'm about twice as strong as you.
All right, about Tasha strong. Okay. So I would argue that like if Tundra Man does like keep hitting you along with like the other robot masters, it could wear you down over time. Like for example, if you go to like the timestamp of where is it? I just had it. Oh yeah, if you go to like the timestamp of like 617, I'll put that in there. Like we see like people like Fused Man who's able to do tactics such as throw electricity, and what he does is like he throws these electricity balls around the battlefield, and he's able to like teleport like in a way through them, and he basically overwhelms you with throwing out electricity while teleporting through the electricity as well to overwhelm you, so you can't really like get a good fix on him. So, and we have like the other robot masters who's also drawing like acid or just drawing like explosives at you as well. So they should be able to like basically overwhelm you with their numbers.
Actually, I can kind of save this.
Okay.
So you try to tell you the translations, you two. So
You're welcome.
found a scan for the Gotengo using its freeze guns, which in some of the guides are just called masers. So this is important because Dora does take masers. Let me get that.
Mm-hmm.
And he's unharmed by them entirely. And furthermore, masers also delete you like the cellular level as well. So it's also cellular killing. Where is
Okay.
that scan? God damn, this is a 25-page doc.
Yikes.
We gotta make it thorough, my guy.
Wait, sorry? Oh, so I resist absolute zero. Yeah. These things also produce electricity and delete your cells as well.
Okay.
On top of absolute zero. So you're saying overwhelm. I would say Ghidorah counters with gravity beams. He got 3 heads. You can fire the beams over considerable distance. I haven't really measured distance, but it's like multiple times his own body length, so hundreds of meters at least.
Okay.
He should be able to just continuously fire gravity beams, and since he is stronger than any of your robots, he should be able to chip away at them, at least do decent heavy damage over time.
Mm-hmm.
And they seem to take very little, if any, like energy from him. Like he doesn't get tired using the gravity beams.
Yeah, it's like that
Like
with like the robot masters as well. They can just use their abilities indefinitely. Um, the robot masters like have this thing where like a lot of them are powered by solar energy and they're able to like retain that. So they're, for example, right, they're able to like keep like a day's worth of like solar energy, and then they're just able to like use their other abilities like indefinitely, like even after that. So even if they only have like a little bit of like sunlight, they still should be able to like fight indefinitely. And of course, they're
Ooh,
still not
sunlight,
like
huh?
flesh and meat. Yeah, yeah. As long as they're not like as long as they're not like fighting in the dark for like a year or something, like they should be fine.
Okay. Well,
Mm.
I'm just gonna get out Ghidorah's one item. So he has a special prism that absorbs energy and uses it on the sun. Ironically,
Okay.
what this thing does is, let me get scan. It creates this gas that can engulf the entire sun and over time drain its energy. I'll get the calc for its energy drain, as I actually did do that.
A very specific counter to a very specific ability. Where have I heard this before?
What?
I don't know.
But I was gonna use it for AP, but it just became useful in this scenario.
That is very funny.
A lot of tabs open. I would say I would fix that, but that would be a lie.
All right. Takes away power from the sun. Okay.
Originally it was owned by the lesser of the two, but I just say since that guy's not in the picture, Ghidorah, like,
Yeah, he would
exists,
just be
you
using
use
it.
it. Yeah.
So this is just something like King Ghidorah just does because he's a dick, I'm assuming, right?
Didn't need
Alright,
it to
that
beat
makes
up
sense.
Zone Fighter, but you just did it anyway. Powered by
Okay.
the sun, huh?
But I
That's
will say that like if you're like draining
Wait, the
energy
calc real
from
quick.
the sun. Oh, what you say?
Yeah, let me get that calc real fast. Because it
Alright.
did calculate its energy absorption, and before you say it's out of tier, it's actually not.
Alright. Yeah, it just depends like at the rate it's doing. I will say that like if it is
Got it
like
to
it's
like
like
1.7 Yototons. So it's actually like in tier.
okay, yeah, that's in tier. So that would be enough to like basically like prevent the robots from like absorbing sunlight faster than they could absorb it, but it should be noted that they can already like just retain that sun energy in themselves whenever they're just like fighting regularly. So I wouldn't say it wouldn't matter like in the short term, like they're able to fight Mega Man for a pretty extended period of time. Well, the fight like goes on for like let's say like even as much as like a day, like they probably won't have enough energy to keep going, but I don't see the battle lasting for that long.
Um, okay.
Okay. Um.
You could probably press then if like this does get long that Ghidorah should wear him down. Gee, since
Okay.
he's also still spitting gravity beams everywhere.
Yeah. I will say that like it is possible for like some of the robot masters to like kind of get around his gravity beams. Like for example, on Fuseman, he does like Ghidorah would like have unless like he what is it called uses all three of his like gravity beams, so like the electric balls that he throws in the air. Like he would be able to like zip around Ghidorah's like flank and hit him with an electric strike before zipping around again.
I don't think you want to
Um,
do that.
why?
Ghidorah absorbs electricity.
He absorbs electricity. Wow.
Yeah.
What
Anatomy
is
is built strange and also disgusting.
Oh my god, yeah, let's see that. Let's see this. Oh boy, let's see the disgusting electricity absorber. I will say though that if Dr. Wily like does see like King Ghidorah like absorbing Tundra Man's like electricity, he would just like switch him out, like I guess like a Pokemon trainer. Like he would just switch out Tundra Man for like Bounce Man in that scenario because he's like, yeah, looking at your analytics, which he can do. He can study his robot's analytics, study where their energy is going and how it's being used. Um, Dr. Wily has his teleportation machine, which he's able to just zap things like out of a place and put something else there. So you could just zap out Tundra Man and like substitute him in with like Bounce Man.
So the main threat itself like isn't too important, but basically, the source does state that stars produce an electric charge. Because of that, and Ghidorah can absorb energy from stars. It specifically says cosmic rays. That would be like
Okay.
things coming from stars. He should be absorbing the electricity of stars. He does this through his wings, and since he's going to be, flying around doing what he does, and his wings are always present, he should be absorbing energy whenever you shoot him with like an electric attack.
Okay. Yeah. So I would just rely on like Dr. Wily just like seeing that the energy isn't being used efficiently, like it's being absorbed for the enemy. He would switch out Tundra Man for Bounce Man.
What does
And
Bounceman do
Bounce,
again? Sorry.
oh, it's fine. Like it's a lot of them. Bounce Man is able to split himself into many parts, circular parts, um, and he's able to basically manipulate these parts as they bounce around the area and they hit you. That's literally what it is. Splitting into parts, bouncing around, hitting the enemy, overwhelming them with like a lot of body parts that they can't really like track at once. And he's of course able to put himself back together. Let me give you a timestamp for that. Okay, where is it? So if we're looking at like a timestamp, if you go to like 420, like that's where the Bounce Man boss battle starts, and you go like see him that he's just splitting himself into a lot of parts to bounce around and to like try and hit Mega Man. Of course, which it would damage him and stuff. And that was another thing I was gonna bring up. Another way he can like try and sneak around Ghidorah's like beams as well, splitting himself into a lot of parts. Trying to attack him from a lot of his flank, in front of him, behind him, etc. Um, where he can't really like get like a really good hold on him. A lot of like Wily's robots can do stuff like this if we ever do get to like the other ones.
I'd say then, since you're going to be using a bunch of small things to flip around and hit me, Ghidorah would tap his wings and make some wind, can knock back your guys' little parts.
Okay. Yeah, that'd be fine.
I'd say
Oh, well,
orbs or spheres, because, if I said something else, that
yeah.
might be a little strange.
By the way, a comment has all the boss timestamps. Okay, thank you. I didn't even see that. Yeah, if he flops his wings,
Assist from
like
the recorder? Or...
Wow, wow.
yeah,
Alright, I know. I should have probably prepared better.
yeah. Okay, so I will say that like, if you do like flap them, like have them win, like moving away, like that would be fine. But if Ghidorah's not doing that continuously, he's gonna like keep getting hit over and over again, by multiples of them. And then we have like, of course, the other robots around who's shooting like acid and explosives at him. Um, that should be able to like wear him down over time.
I
So
think
that's
explosives
really gonna
especially
be it.
do not much, because gets hit with explosions a lot.
Yeah, but to be fair, these explosions would be like a lot closer in AP. And if you look at Blast Man, there should be a timestamp in the comment section like it's set for Blast Man. He likes drawing like a lot of explosions like at once to try and like not only make sure you can't really move anywhere so he can trap you, but of course Ghidorah's big, so he doesn't have to worry about that. But also just so he can overwhelm your durability as well. If you skip to like 818, if you can't see it, like that's where he's like throwing a whole bunch of like bombs everywhere, and he's just doing it nonstop. Like he is just ridiculous with how many he throws. And he's also doing this while he's hopping around the stadium as well, just generally being as agile as he can. He's never in like one spot for like too long. So that could like also help him like evade the gravity beam.
I'd say, given their range and the fact he is going to be firing them virtually nonstop for small, annoying little creatures, that would just continue to tag them. And I've yet to get into most of their hacks at this point, but so far I'll just deal with the explosion thing first, then I'll get into more gravity beam hacks. Fine.
Alright, that's probably going to be all I'm going to say for this round of Robot Masters. If I ever use any more of them, all of them are going to be pretty much like extremely similar to the batch that I just named. Like while you're like staying within like a system, most of the time, unless it's an exception. But I'll point those out. But that's what I'm going to hold on to right now.
Scan confirms that by EOS, Godzilla's atomic breath did surpass like a single gravity beam, and gets one to the throat, and it doesn't really do anything, even though there's like blood on that spot. So even if he is injured, big explosions like don't really do too much, and if they're like radioactive explosions, which would deal more damage than just like regular TNT or whatever.
Yeah. All right.
Let's see. New gravity beam hack. Oh boy. Which to pick from.
Oh boy.
Get in the candy store.
Real quickly. I will say really quickly, that blast man, like even if Ghidorah like has he's like tanking like through it, especially any damage that he can get off on King Ghidorah would be like good damage in Wily's eyes. So as long as he's even like landing a couple of like his bombs that he's throwing everywhere at King Ghidorah, even if like a couple of them hit, that still is like a gain in like Dr. Wily's eyes. Also, like I forgot to mention, but Dr. Wily like is on like the Wily star in space, right near the Earth. So he's like far away from the battle, just monitoring it.
Are we assuming this fight is on Earth or space? Because you have a space base and I have a space monster, so I figured the battle's in space.
The battle can be in space, so it doesn't really matter for Wily because he's able to teleport his robots from his space base to Earth, and vice versa. So for Wily, it doesn't really matter. But if King Ghidorah flies to space, then he'll just start using like his own space weapons, that the Wily base has.
So also, whenever a gravity beam does hit you, it destroys your gravity. So you're just gonna start floating off into space wherever.
Okay. So Wily actually does like have a robot that can counteract this. So he actually has a robot. I think it's Gravity
the
Man.
ones
Like
on the field
remember?
so far?
Oh, he can switch them out. No, it's not one in the field, but he can switch it out. Oh, excuse me. And it's a robot that's able to control the G's of like anything in the vicinity. So I have to go scramble for that, but I should be able to find it. And then I think it's like stated. Go ahead.
That's fine, but I would say that the fact they destroy your gravity probably be more impressive than just like gravity manipulation, like regular gravity control. It's like it just destroys your gravity. Just
okay, I get what you're saying. I think like if the robot like is changing overall gravity in the vicinity, like it's just imposing like gravity. It's giving you like G's. Like it's directly giving you G's, or it's like removing the amount of G's you have. If he can like give him an amount of like G's to the people in the area, like could like give them their gravity back. If you get what I'm saying. Let me get that
Um,
actually.
I don't know. Like you're imposing gravity on the area, right? But
Yeah.
I've destroyed your gravity, so you might be imposing gravity on the area, but still going to be floating away because I've destroyed your gravity entirely.
Okay. All right. Let me post this
Wanna
scan
you
first
wanna
of
keep
all.
press? Should we keep pressing this or?
Well, yeah, that's fine if like the robots like float to the air. I would just like teleport them, and I'll also like post. Well, actually, I won't say that. That's fine if like those robots like just completely like float up in the air because they don't have any flight capabilities or nothing. But I will like post this just in case, and I'll
By the way, this
also
is
say
while
this.
they're being subatomically, blown up. At the
Yeah.
same time, by the way.
So
Just,
I'll also say this as well. Oh yeah, you already posted the subatomic stuff.
let me get those. I
All
forgot.
right. I'll
Oh, I forgot. Let me get that.
So I will question, like, can Ghidorah, like, so Ghidorah is able to, what's it called? What is going on in there? Jesus. So gravity hold, he's able to basically, literally repel enemies high into the sky by, giving the area, releasing the area of like 20 G's of gravity. So what would happen to Ghidorah if, like, all of a sudden he's just heavier by 20 G's, or like he starts floating up in the air because of 20 G's?
Well, if he's heavier, that shouldn't really do anything because his lifting strength should suffice. Uh, if he's lighter, he should just uh, be able to
Yeah,
move anyway
fly.
because again, lifting strength. Oh, A, he can fly.
Yeah,
B, I mean, if his beams can blow up gravity,
yeah.
he can
I was
just
also questioning as well that, like, what happens if Ghidorah shoots a beam and like the beam's gravity is like starts making the beams go up into the air?
say the fact that destroy gravity mean that while you're imposing gravity to like move my beams, the beam should just be like cutting through like a knife because the gravity in their vicinity is being destroyed.
Okay, I get what you're saying. Okay. All right, yeah. All right, let's see
Atomic
Ghidorah's
destruction.
lifting strength when lifting strength actually matters.
Axe. Never gonna hear that again. So Issei Ghidorah, who's a clone of Showa Ghidorah, or the same species, depends on what guide you use, can destroy quarks. Do you know what quarks are, Nyotic? Or do you need me to get
Yeah,
them? Okay,
I know what
so
quirks are.
yeah, can just destroy quarks, which, I mean, that's below, like, electrons and stuff, so
All right, yeah, that's pretty potent.
also should resist, because, again, he did take gravity
Yeah, he
beams.
took his own gravity beams. All right.
So there's the subatomic, lifting strength. Go get those cogs. One single time that this will ever matter in a debate. First minimum, his lifting strength would be class M, to the degree of, let's see, it's
Wait a second. I think I got something. Class M. All right, let's see that.
that's about 436,000 metric tons, and he himself weighs 30. So, this calc is for the rock that Zone Fighter can push, and that scales to Ghidorah because can
Yeah, of
quite,
course.
you can quite simply flick him with one head.
All right, so this is in the first one?
It's the one with the big calc. So the top one is Gigan could just bench mountains. You can rip them out of the ground, and like average weight of mountains gets like class T lifting strength.
Mhm. All right, all right.
It also said he eats comets. So he's also like catching them while they're moving and producing force. That obviously affects their kinetic energy, how much
Of
strength you
course.
have to stop them.
I may have something for this. So this would place like, how much would this place like King Ghidorah above like 20 times Earth gravity? You know how much it would be?
Uh, Anywhere from hundreds to millions, more.
All right, all right. I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna use that because I was about to say like you can actually stack gravity hold, like make it from 20 to all the way to like 80, but that's not gonna be enough. Okay.
Class T would be like lifting, well, a mountain. It's like he himself
Yeah.
weighs 30,000 tons, so even that rock would almost cover it, and the fact he can actually flick Zone Fighter is good enough for that, I think.
Yeah.
By the way, he could do that with just one head.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, this
That's
guy
pretty
who can shove
cool.
an actual like small mountain, and he's already like on his ass. Nah, flick.
Okay, so what's
Next,
like? Oh yeah, you got something else? Yeah, looks.
oh, I was gonna say I was asking you next.
Yeah. All right. So now that like Wiley is at the point where he's realizing that most of his robots aren't like really doing much, like if they're getting up any attacks, like Ghidorah is stronger, so it really isn't mattering much. And most of his robots are either getting one shot or they're just floating in the air. So I think like now would be like the perfect time for what the world? Now would be like the perfect time for not Mega Man, for Dr. Wily to like send in Bass. So Bass is like an extraordinarily like in a way extraordinarily stronger robot than like the rest of the people that Dr. Wally's been using so far. So
Okay.
let me go ahead and like first of all let me get how Bass looks like to know, how he looks like. And what makes
Question
Bass
though,
so
I won't be an ass about this, but isn't Bass your other character?
I changed him to Mega Man because
Uh,
yeah, first it was Bass and Dr. Wily because it was kind of weird using Bass with Dr. Wily for reasons, but now I can use them together because of something I realized. So yeah, um, so Dr. Wily is capable of like using Bass, and Bass. The main difference between like Bass and the other robots is just the fact that he's able to use a combination of like him combining with his robot Rumble. I'll post a picture of him. He's able to combine with his robot, and he's able to like use evil energy, which basically like amps up his stats a lot. And so I'm gonna basically like upscale his AP specifically like from the others. It's not downloading.
okay.
Wait a
How much would
second.
you say he's stronger than the rest?
So if it's going to like 1.032, Bass in his base form already scales to that as he's able to fight Mega Man. And then we have like somebody like Rumble, who is Bass's like equal. He's able to like perform the same feats as him. Both of them like combined together into one form. So I think it's like 1.03 plus 1.032, which
Yeah.
would make him like, yeah.
0.06.
Yeah, so he's like, and King Ghidorah's like 2.7, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So then we also have to factor as well that he has evil energy on top of this. Evil energy is um just like a source of energy that Bass is able to use that makes people who are like relative to you, and you're able to like just completely like overpower them or like make it to us like they can't really like you're still able to like damage them or whatever, but it's a clear like power difference in terms of that. So he would like have an AP boost. At least like he would at least be still like 2.0 something, and he would just like upscale from that. So let me also like give you like something else.
Right.
Wow. All right, let's see here. Okay, so my bat
Did
section has no skins in it. That's great. It's great.
oh, want some time to go get those, or
Yeah, I just need to get like a couple of like scans. I don't know what happened to it.
like
But you were about to say something?
I was gonna like make a joke. I was like, oh, evil energy. You're not gonna get me, Cumber.
Bruh.
Yeah.
Damn, evil energy, that's crazy. Time to pull out evil energy, Hercule, to beat up your
I mean,
character.
Ghidorah seems pretty evil. I
Dang,
don't
he
know.
is very evil.
So, he's a fucking dick. For no reason. He just.
Your planet, I don't like it. Hi. Delete
All right.
planet.
Mega Man.
Also, I would like to note he has the power to obliterate worlds, but he decides to go building by building. He's an asshole.
Mega Man 8's all cutscenes.
Oh, wait, Mega Man 8? Yo, Grenade Man! I'm
Grenade
Grenade
Man.
Man!
He's such a goon. Okay, let's see
Hey, I
here.
like Grenade Man. I kick soccer balls
Mega
at
Man.
him.
Oh my god, I forgot this doesn't have all of it. Okay, that's fine. I would just have to do a whole entire one play. But basically, like, so I'm not keeping everybody waiting for a little bit. The argument I'm going to be is that because Bass has, um, because Bass has evil energy in Mega Man like has a special property where it infects you, when you're hit by it, and it basically like I know like this is weird because it's coming from Ghidorah, but it makes you like kind of spurred out and it kind of like corrupts you in a way. And it makes you use up all of your energy to the point where you're basically using up so much energy, more than usual, that your body like tires itself out because of the fact that you're just using so much more energy than usual. And if that's just like hitting Ghidorah with that, I'm gonna argue that like it will out stamina Ghidorah from his own body. All right, here's the timestamp.
That's actually pretty creative.
Oops, not download, share. All right, 2:17:16. So that's when if it infects Mega Man. When it infects Mega Man, it completely shuts down his body. Yeah, it makes his body extend his energy to the point where a duo, who is a lot more powerful than Mega Man at this point, had to give him his an opposite energy called I think it's justice energy. No, it's called alien energy. My bad. We had to give alien energy to counteract the evil energy and give Mega Man enough of his energy back in order to revive him. Now we just need to get the bass battle and we'll be
I
fine.
kind
Here
of
it
feel
is.
bad for what I'm about to do,
Uh-oh.
but I had to say, my friend, but this probably won't affect me. Reason for that is one of the first anatomy scans we found for Ghidorah straight up says an organ in his body produces a gas that drives you mad and corrupts you
Alright.
with his own evil. So his brains think only of how to destroy all life. When you hit me with a gas or energy source that is making me an evil Spurg, I'm already an evil Spurg.
Alright.
Didn't really do anything, especially because my own body has something that's very similar. I would say, body should be able to resist what it can do,
Yeah. Alright.
especially when
So
it
that
spreads out, right? Unless you just get yourself.
alright. So I do kind of have a counter to this, and that's in the form of evil robot. He was introduced in Mega Man 8. Not a lot is known about him, except for the fact that Evil Robot is a intergalactic space tyrant who blows up planets for fun. And he was infected by evil energy. Let me get a picture. He was infected by evil energy to the point where he started wilding out, and that's when Duo. If you go to the very very beginning of that other link I sent you with Mega Man 8, that's why at the very beginning of the story, Duo was fighting him because Evil Robot was using his power to literally just wow it out, destroy everything, even though he was already an incredibly evil person himself, to the point where he conquered galaxies, destroyed planets for fun.
Sounds like a
So I
Dora kind
would,
of guy.
yeah. So if
But
evil energy is able to affect him, somebody who's just as evil and mad, maybe it's not much of a stretch to say that it will be able to affect Ghidorah as well.
I would say though, that takes care of the evil part. But I would say Fat Ghidorah also has a madness corruption thing within his body that he uses out and spreads would affect
Hmm.
him. He should be capable then of resisting it unless he just constantly drives himself mad, which if that's also the case, then truly changes. He's already mad and insane and gonna blow everything up. What truly
Yeah, but
changes?
this time he's mad, insane, blows everything up. But the energy he's unleashing would be at a way higher rate than it's usually used to. It's like if a person were a regular person got filled up with drugs, they start spurting out. They're doing all these crazy feats they would never be able to do, and then they're out within the next 5 minutes because they're just overdrained from the spurginess they were doing.
I would
Let me
say
get you
though,
something else as
as I
well.
already brought up, that Ghidorah also absorbs energy. That he should be just capable of replenishing himself passively, since his wings are out, so he would just be absorbing cosmic energy.
So you're saying he would absorb this energy?
Let's say that even if you're saying he's getting worn down, even if though he most likely resists, even if you're saying it is draining his energy, he could replenish his energy.
Let me get you
There's
another scan because
also the
okay.
fact that the gas prism is still active, so it's also still absorbing energy from the sun. So if needed, Ghidorah could just replenish himself with it. It does seem to be kind of passive for his restoration.
All right. Let me get you another scan. So, what I'm about to get you now is that there's a scan of something called alien energy that Duo has. So basically, like it's a little bit like wait, is Orlea's banned? I think they're banned, right?
Layers are
Because this is okay, because it's more like so evil energy is able to like possess people like Bass. Bass is able to like use it perfectly fine. He's able to like use it without spurging out or whatever. But whenever Bass gets alien energy is too much for him, and he needs someone to like Duo to actually take it out of him and take it away from Earth so it's not able to like hurt anyone there. So let me just
What would you
get
say
all of those guys.
is it like overload or something?
Yeah, it's overload. It's basically like making sure like you're using like so much more power to the point where your body, which is normally capable of like doing power, like just cannot do this anymore. Um, that's what evil energy does, but alien energy is that like stacked even higher. And in Mega Man like 11, not 11, Mega Man 9 or 10, I can't remember the name. The developer said that whenever Bash transforms into, whenever he fuses this Rumble, he's using alien energy. They just weren't able to like properly showcase it. Like his energy beams look the same, but it's supposed to be alien energy, not evil energy. So let me show you that.
You're not stacking it as like a layer or anything, right?
What you said?
Not stacking it as like a layer.
You said that's stacking in a layer?
You said you're not stacking it as a layer, right?
Yeah, it's a
That's
layer.
not. We're doing like one layer each, so
Okay. Wait. So would this be a layer? Because it's more like I guess that would kind of. Well, no, this wouldn't be a layer. This is more so
well,
like
you like described it
I
as like
shouldn't
it
word
does
it.
the same thing, but
But yeah, to a
or
greater extent, I shouldn't describe it as a layer because I quantify a layer as like a person resists something, then they were just able to like use it. I mean, that person is able to resist something, then that hex worked undo. But with Bass, it's more like he's able to use evil energy, but he's also able to use alien energy. It just like tires him out a lot quicker than evil energy. So it's not really a layer, at least if we're going by that definition. More so like a better potency.
we're going to bring up potency though. My guy is stronger than yours, so
Yeah, so how I would
since
have to address that is more so. Go ahead.
I was gonna
Oh
say
yeah, I was
so
just saying
since
like yeah.
sorry,
Go ahead.
I
Oh
was
no,
gonna
you
say
go
since
ahead.
my guy is stronger and this is like something produced by him, it should scale to his energy rather than your energy. So
Mhm.
like imagine how we're having like a fucking Dragon Ball clash, but like of these like strange energies that attack your mind.
Yeah, it would be more like I'll have to like quantify it in a way that like if you're like 2.7 and I'm like 2.0, and I would have to like quantify evil energy and alien energy without going out of tier. Let's see if I can do that because that would be extremely weird. Because we're using a one shot difference. That's way out of tier.
Yeah.
That's way out of tier. Okay,
Yeah,
let's see if I
we're going a large planet, boy. It
okay.
was actually so hard to get AP in tier because it's like, all right, you can blow up planets. Here's a fuckload of multipliers or higher feats, like sort through.
Yeah, Mega Man's probably better at large planetary than just straight up planetary. But oh well. Because their multipliers do get kind of dumb.
No one's ready for the Showa Ghidorah video. No one's ready for it.
But Dreeton's multiplier is also out of tier, right?
Probably because then you're gonna be
Let
like
me check.
6, and I'm afraid. Check. Yeah, tier cap is 2.7.
Okay.
That was like 4 for a while, but I was like, it's stupid. I did check.
Alright, so the only way that I would be able to like prove the game would be using like a percentage instead of like just a straight multiplier, unless it's like 1.5 or something like that. Not even
That thing
1.5.
is, you'd actually still be out of tier if you did 1.5.
Yeah. Alright, I guess I'm gonna just
Right,
have to drop the point of view like overloading its energy then, because I cannot quantify it without doing that. It's just impossible. Alright. So like do you have like anything else, Godzilla, you wanna say?
Could use more things, but I also want to, keep a couple surprises for Isk.
Okay. So do you want to like go ahead and like end it, or like what do you want to do?
I think that's sufficient.
Okay.
You want
Well, I
to
guess.
conclude,
Oh,
or what do you want to do?
wait, we can't conclude because Dr. Wily is still in space.
Oh, right. Well,
So my final thing would just be I was gonna say Dr. Wily just blows up the planet, which he does do, but King Ghidorah is just like whatever.
Yeah, I'd be like, okay, and
But Dr. Wily is in space, with its like gigantic. And if you look at that doc I gave you, like that thing is has mass that's slightly bigger than Jupiter, going off out.
okay, so let's see here. So I think it's best to like resist any of like the gravity beam hacks.
Does Bass resist any of the gravity beam hack?
Yeah, because now the plan is Bass, Little Wiley start committing crimes against nature.
So Bass can
Obliterate the
fly.
ship.
Yeah, Bass can fly, so he should be fine if his gravity's destroyed. He has like propellers and stuff.
Well, I'd still say you need gravity to fly, because otherwise, like, kind of just where are you flying to if your
Well,
gravity's
it's more
gone?
like it's more like if you're in space, you don't really like have any like way of moving around naturally. But since he has
Oh,
like
yes, space
propellers,
flight.
like yeah, space flight. He has like propellers over his body. He's able to fly in space naturally, along with Mega Man. He's able to
So,
do the same thing.
what's he got for the quark destroying, molecular breaking gravity beams? I'll get that scan too. I want to use that as well.
All right, so let me get a scan of like Bass shields that he should have. Mega Man 8. Nope, not Mega Man 8. Mega Man 9.
And I had anti gravity. I could have just used that. Well, next time.
Let's see here. I wish that black hole was like a couple of inches smaller so I could use it. Very unfortunate.
Like, if we want to talk black holes, I can get there too.
But to be fair, I would have to use it defensively because I know black holes they're not doing that to get stoned. I was more so thinking about using black holes to like suck up your energy beams like attacks, but nah, they're too big.
I wonder what would happen though if you did blast a black hole.
Yeah, that's a very good question.
Look, right, but listen, it'd be kind of cool to watch.
Yeah, maybe from a galaxy away.
Yeah, you don't want to be anywhere near that fucker.
What does that move do again? Rebound striker. Let's see.
So let me just list out what I have so far. Stronger attack that deletes your gravity and breaks you down at the molecular level to the subatomic level. Should shock you as well. Let's see what your shields can do.
The shield that I have would have not worked. So I'm just have to say Bass is just gonna have to either A, dodge them, or B, if he does get damaged, let me actually get you this. And Mega Man and Bass, Mega Man like 8.5 if you will. Mega Man like pretty much like beat up one of Dr. Wily's robots King. And Dr. Wily like has this machine which is not only able to like instantly like repair it, but it's able to amp its strength as well. So let me get that.
All right. Careful with that amp though. You want to go to a tier.
Well, the amp is not really quantifiable, so you don't really have to worry about that. We just know it makes them stronger.
All right. Oh, there's Debater. He finally got the joke.
Bro, I just got here. Leave me alone.
No. It's fine. Me and Godzilla and the rest of the guys in here, we like to do a little bit of talking.
I wasn't here for the joke. Leave me alone.
You were.
Sounds like a skill
pinged.
issue. Not gonna lie.
We literally pinged. I said, "Oh yeah, we're not going to debate. Not right now."
Yeah,
He said, "Okay."
Oh, I thought
You
y'all.
responded?
Hey, you did fall for it.
Yeah, so you did
I thought
fall
y'all
for
were-
it, hook, line,
I
and
thought
sinker.
y'all were. Shut
Pretty
up.
much. Nah.
Wait. Let me get. Wait. So y'all telling me that y'all were debating since then?
Yeah.
Well,
What? Oh my god. I hate you.
Unfortunate.
I hate all of you.
Listen, it's fine, debate. Listen, debater, it's fine.
One of you
We'll
are
just tell you when we're not debating next time.
I actually hate you. You people are horrible humans. You know that.
The bear. I don't know how you fall for
This
that.
is a
To be
kaiju
fair.
server. I don't know why you would ever imply we were even human in the first place.
Listen,
Oh.
look, how is I
man, but
how was I supposed to know y'all they were fucking?
The bear. That's such an obvious joke. I don't know how you fall for that.
Bruh.
Was I figured out because the fucking Godzilla put fucking capital letters? He's always no. Or liars.
Yeah, it's almost like you're saying.
all right.
So if you
Alright,
look there, yeah, if you look at like 1205, like Dr. Wily is able to like use this like type of like pod thing that's able to like fix up his robot, like even after like Mega Man's able to do extensive damage on it.
Okay. We're gonna regen.
Yeah. So even if like you like hit Bass with an attack that like destroys him, not Mega Man, Dr. Wily can just like teleport him back into base, use this pod on him, send him right back to fight. I never showed scans of Dr. Wily's teleportation. Let me actually go get that. Because Dr. Wily can do it himself as
teleporting? I have to go check, but yeah, whatever. I'll just deal with it. Let me check rules.
Now he wants to check the rules. You see what you did is
It's just rat influence just spreading to the debate.
it'll be fun as well because Dr. Wily's teleportation isn't like spatial manipulation. It's more so like it's kind of weird. It makes it like you transform into like a line and you zoom off somewhere at like interstellar speeds. It's not like I disappear out of space and I appear in another place. If that makes sense.
Did we agree where the fight is? You're in space.
Yeah, Dr.
My
Wily.
monster can fly in space. Okay, so since we're in space, what stops me from just starting shooting blasts at your ship? Debate or mute?
I'm not going. I don't know what's wrong with debaters, Mike.
I'm talking.
So what stops Ghidorah from start blasting at the big ship?
All right, I'm back. I'm back. All right. Okay. Sorry about that. So, all right. So, first of all, my point would be that I completely forgot that Dr. Wily had this. It doesn't really matter that much anyway. But you said that Ghidorah can attack on like a subatomic level, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So Dr. Wily like does have an ion cannon, and with his ion cannon, you know what like attacking your ions do, right? Or giving atoms like ions.
Nyotic.
I can't word it correctly.
Nyotic. I use Godzilla. Of course I do.
So he has like a gigantic ion cannon, right? That's going to blast Ghidorah, and since he's way bigger than Ghidorah, it's way bigger than Ghidorah. If that hits him, he's gonna like completely encompass his body in that ion cannon. Let me get you scans of that.
That's fine. How powerful is it?
How powerful is it? So the calc has it at 1 point. It has that like the 1 point planetary thing.
Oh.
So, but it's continuously shooting that out. So it's more of like I'm hitting you with like 1.032s like per second, or not per second, but at a rate. Is that a consistent rate? If that makes sense.
You're doing what I did to Alf.
Yep. So
So
that should be enough to like hit Ghidorah and just mess him up badly. Let me see if I can like show you a
two
scan
things.
of like. Mm-hmm.
I'd say he eats shots from Godzilla that are relative to single blasts of his gravity beams or above. Put him able to take that, especially because it's like as strong as he is, or slightly less than that. It is continuous. I'll give it that, but it's probably not going to be damaging really that much. Unless you want to say it's like doing so much in such a quick span of time that it's like doing 3, 4, 5 tons damage. But that's the case.
Yeah, no, I'll show that.
Getting out of the tier cap.
Out of tier. Well, it's more so that if I'm hitting you over and over with a planetary hits, it's like a rapid fire type of thing. Oh my god, why is this
not holding fire? Oh, okay.
Wait a
That's
second.
just eat
I'm
it.
gonna find this.
And if you want proof that he could probably just go through something like this, hold on, let me get the funny gif.
Oh, here it is. Good. All right, I completely found that by luck. Okay, so there's a timestamp for like, of course, like him being able to like shoot it at Mega Man, and it's not like he's like shooting like rapid fire beams. Each one of them, of course, being the ion cannon, and of course, since it's way bigger than Ghidorah in terms of just overall like size. I know in the gameplay it looks like really small. Like if you were to pixel scale it, it would be like what a couple of feet bigger than Mega Man, but obviously it's a lot larger than Mega Man. on like a way bigger than a planetary scale, like a regular small planetary scale. So I would say that if Ghidorah flies out to space and like tries attacking him, that's so large that he probably won't be able to like get out of the way in time for every attack it's launching at him.
Nyotic.
Mm-hmm.
Counterpoint to that, and not much of the energy is actually hitting my surface area. Not much of that blast is actually striking me.
Oh yeah, I know. I'm just saying like it's going to engulf you. I know it's not going to like
Sure, it can
all
engulf.
of it.
Fine.
Yeah, I know all of it isn't hitting you at once, but I'm saying that if he's like continuously launching these at you, um, and they're so big, like it's going to be hard for you to like get out of the way to dodge them, and you're going to be taking these over and over. Like Wiley's just going to be spamming these at you.
I'd say though that the gifs I posted where he just absolutely brolies through Godzilla's atomic breath should be sufficient resistance. Because ionizing radiation, one. Two, Godzilla actually rivals Ghidorah in power, and he just doesn't care.
Yeah.
Like, especially the second one, he's not even slowing down.
Yeah, he's not slowing down, but that's the one where he gets like I'm not looking at this right at the moment. That's the one where his neck's bloodied, right?
Oh, this is an Invasion of Astro Monster.
Okay, I got you. All right, so I will say that like if somebody like more relative to get Ghidorah at that moment is like spamming him over and over with attacks. Like of course Ghidorah, he has a resistance to it, so of course the iron part of it won't matter, but the pure energy of it can stack up over time. And if he's hitting him over and over with like near like relative attacks, like it could like potentially outlast his durability.
It would be fine on paper, but I would say Godzilla's like just doing that as well. There's not even a burn or scratch on his gold scales.
Wait, let me go on Discord and look, because I am not in Discord. Alright, let's see here. Oh yeah, you're talking about that when he was just like spamming atomic breaths at him.
Yeah, and hiding behind
Okay.
rocks. No. So many people can make Godzilla high to try to snipe.
Yeah. I will say though, like, oh my god. I'm trying to like, I don't know how close the Wily Star would be to Earth, because we're assuming like it's right on Earth. Earth is going to be like completely destroyed, or you know, you said it's in space anyway. We're not going to be near Earth.
And if we do blow up the Earth, I mean,
who cares? So, if we're talking about like you like being like flying around like the space base, compared to like Wily being able to like shoot off these beams over and over. He also has like those homing missiles as well that of course scale relative to the laser in terms of AP as well. It's able to hurt Mega Man to the same extent. If you have like all of that together, it would kind of be like Mecha Godzilla's like all out barrage that he did on like Caesar and Godzilla, where he's just shooting so many missiles and ion blasts like at King Ghidorah. And because of like how big they are compared to him, he's not gonna have the time to dodge it. And he's gonna like wear out your resistance like over time.
Problem though with that comparison is Mechagodzilla is stronger than both of them. And
oh yeah, I know. That's why
that,
I said like
based on the beam clash, right? That like based on just the beam clash, that like Godzilla exploded into blood when Mechagodzilla blasted him.
Oh yeah, don't worry. Like I know, like the comparison isn't an exact one to one.
I'm not trying to get you on the specifics. I'm trying to basically say like, yeah, but Ghidorah should be relatively fine, like even with continued fire.
All right.
I'm just going to say he would no diff, because if he did, that'd be like he probably had a tier.
Yeah, because he does like have a higher durability. He does resist the innate properties, but I think like shooting like gigantic energy blasts and gigantic missiles like over time should be able to get his durability down. So that's what I'm going to say for this specific point. So like, what did she say he was going to do to the Wily Star?
Just spam gravity beams on it.
Oh, just like destroy like large pieces of it at a time, right?
Destroy large pieces, you know, be a little out of character if he'd like just pulled a 2021 Godzilla and just blasted to the middle of it, tried to blow it up. But I mean, if he is being annoyed that much, I could probably see him doing it. Or just like raising it like any other planet. Metal planet, but a planet nonetheless.
Yeah. Do you know like how long it would take? Because we're looking at that calc, it's like the mass is slightly bigger than Jupiter, and we are like talking about his AOE on like planetary destruction that he has at the time. And was he's like shooting 3 attacks like per couple of seconds, like how long would that take to like do significant damage to it overall?
We agreed to our speed being equal to light speed, right? That's what we agreed to. So,
Yeah.
be able to cover Earth 7 times in a second, the speed of light. You said your star thing is like the mass of Jupiter, but
Yeah, slightly
have, like,
bigger
other
than mass of
dimension?
Jupiter.
okay, so let me just Google how much bigger Jupiter is than Earth.
Okay.
Okay, so Jupiter has 11 times the diameter of Earth, so it would probably take Ghidorah about a second.
A second.
Second
as
and like a
well-
half-ish.
So I will bring this up as well. So, all right, this is going to be a little bit weird. So we have like the durability. Well, actually, I can't scale durability. That'll be out of tier. Never mind. Forget that. Just forget that. That would be out of tier. That would be enlarged planetary, which unfortunately we're not in. Second time again, but oh well. I will say that like for a while, he's like final like grand expertise that he's able to do is if you do like kill Wily on a Wily star, um, this is gonna be a little bit weird, but so Wily has like this thing called like the Maverick virus, right? Where
Okay.
it's a virus that's able to like completely take over any type of like technological like creation that anybody's been able to make or whatever, and it affects them and it controls them. When Wily died canonically in Mega Man, he passed away from old age. When a Maverick virus like started activating when Zero came through, it revived Wily. Like his consciousness is like basically is ones and zeros. It's a pure virus, and he's able to completely like manipulate technology that he infects with this Maverick virus. So I will say if he does, his physical body dies, he can still exist as like zeros and ones, if that makes sense.
Okay, but
And I don't think that's bad.
let's see. Like a digital existence.
Yeah, digital existence.
It's not banned, but what then is the plan? Like, what's phase 2?
The plan. You see, I didn't think that far ahead. Not gonna lie. Why we survived the plan could be that like if Earth is like still alive, like he could like try and regroup back on Earth because like if we're saying that King Ghidorah did destroy the Wily Star, like we could say that like some of his robots like we're talking like big AOE explosion or more so like it collapses in on itself. Like how would it be destroyed?
That's fine. He's either raising it and just obliterating every molecule by molecule, or if at this point he's annoyed with constant fire, he might just try like chunking it bit by bit, actually like leaving either nothing or just big chunks.
Okay.
He's probably
So,
busy doing that for like a few good seconds, a couple of minutes, considering like depth and all that.
Yeah. So if there is like any type of like possibility that any of his other robots were destroyed, he could regroup, or he can just like pretty quickly like use his Maverick virus technology to quickly rebuild new robots. Considering that human Wily is already capable of like rebuilding robots within like weeks of him like just doing nothing in a jail cell. Him like having complete technological like control over everything should give him way faster like production time. So like be able to regroup, have his tactics, and like try and launch another attack on King Ghidorah.
Would you be able to quantify that time frame?
Quantify it? Yeah. So let's see here. So in Mega Man 6, Dr. Wily was just in jail from Mega Man 5, and he was just out and down for the count. While Dr. Wily was in jail, he had like other machinery, like working on robots that basically was a backup for him. So the second he went to jail, he has his other robots working to create battle robots to break him out of jail. And if I'm not wrong, I think this took him like a couple of weeks. Let me see. Mega Man 6 intro. I don't think that's the right one. Let me check Mega Man 7 actually.
SBA is usually assumed, but do you have a problem with SBA?
No, I don't have a problem with SBA.
Okay, so you have at most a day.
Not most of the day.
Yeah.
Is that for like being like incapacitated? You can't do anything.
Let me check. Yeah, you can't hurt me for a day, and I should win. If you're like quote unquote knocked out for an hour, and I said quote because like I mean, I did kill you. You're like 1-0. So
Oh, never mind. Forget that point. It wasn't 6 weeks. It was 6 months. So never mind. It would take like it would take like too long for Wily to like build robots to attack King Ghidorah. So that's just kind of an L for Dr. Wily.
anything else you would like to go?
No, there's nothing else I can really say. So I guess I will have to like concede then.
Good job though.
Yeah,
that's fun.
definitely.
Well, at least it was fun.
Yeah.